Hi all, this is Jordan with Theater on the Rock, and in this video I'm going to show you 5 ways that you can take your theatrical lighting to the next level. I've spent years in the theatrical industry and specialize on the technical side of things. I'm hoping that these 5 tips will help elevate your productions to match your guys' visions. It'll help you utilize the equipment that you guys have, as well as introduce you guys to a few new pieces of equipment that you might not have used so far. If you're new to the channel, then I hope to earn your subscription today. Now let's get to those 5 tips. Now my first piece of advice would be to make use of your guys' colored backlighting. What backlighting allows us to do is to separate our actors from the scenery. It makes them really appear more real life and more part of the audience's world. That really allows the audience to be able to focus on them, and it also can play a lot of emotion into your guys' scene. If we don't use our backlighting, then sometimes our actors can kind of disappear back into the scenery when we actually want them to be the forefront of everything. So make sure to make use of that backlighting, especially with your colors as well, in order to create emotion in whatever scene you guys are doing. So use your backlighting. There's going to be a lot of different people that are watching this video from all different budgets and schools and productions. If you don't have backlighting, then I would encourage you to get it, because this would be a great addition to your guys' theater. There are some cheap options and expensive options. I have some kind of middle of the road options here in the description below, so be sure to check those out. Now my second tip here is going to go very well with our first one. When we have backlighting in color, sometimes we can get carried away and we end up losing our actors on stage in all of this color. Now what we can do to avoid this is by adding a follow spot. Now most follow spots are expensive, but I will have a link for a fairly cheap option in the description below. It's easy to use and easy to train students on if you guys are at a school. Now what a spot allows us to do is to highlight different points on stage during dance numbers or during highly colorful scenes or things like that. So it can be a really great tool for us to be able to utilize when we're wanting to have emotion but still be able to clearly see those people on stage. Now my third tip here is going to utilize the color wheel. Most of us associate different colors with different emotions, red for evil or anger, and blue for sadness or nighttime and things like that. Most of us have a basic grasp on that. But what a lot of people don't use is use colors from opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of the color wheel. So if you use colors that are close to each other around that color wheel, then what you will end up doing is creating a very muddy color spectrum on the stage. And so what I would encourage you guys to do is to use a color on the opposite side of the spectrum. Number 4, creating zones on your stage. What this allows you to do is to separate different locations on your stage. So starting with the very basic plot of stage right, stage left, center stage is a great place to start. Now, if you should have at least 4 different fixtures focusing on each individual zone. Now that's going to add up to a lot of different fixtures. That's why I said to start with just your stage right, center stage, stage left. Using 4 different fixtures, this is how you should do that. So they should all be about 45 degrees above the actor. That way you get that backlighting, you get the left side of the face, the right side of the face, and above them here. What that allows it to do is really make the person pop on stage, right? So one in the center, left, right, and behind. Start with your 3 zones of stage left, center stage, stage right, and then just go from there. That way, this will help you guys with your scene changes, with darkening actors that don't need to be particularly lit that well at that time. It just opens up a lot of possibilities for you guys to do more creative things on your stage when you have those zones. So once you get your stage right, center, and left, then you can break it up to, up stage right, up stage center, up stage left, that sort of thing. And you can break it up for how many fixtures you guys have. All right, now this next tip is probably something that you guys already use, but some of you might not, and it's gonna be a cue list. Now, a cue list, what it allows you to do is tell your guys' operator right when you want a cue executed. You can write it right down in the script on where that cue number goes. Something I just thought of is that some of you guys might not have the ability to do a cue stack. And so if you would like to see a future video on software that you can run on a computer in order to build cue lists into your guys' production, drop a comment below, let me know. But cue lists, right? There's nothing worse than having a quick blackout that you need right on the stinger of a song, and that blackout not coming on time, right? So be on your guys' lighting designers or your guys' lighting operators to be right on cue. What that's gonna bring is more excitement from your audience. When everything is just going together and everything is in sync, it really plays a significant impact into the liveliness of the audience. One last little tidbit that I had for you guys is for LED lights. Some directors tend to think that LEDs make our actors look blue, and we don't really want that. We want them to look warm and more natural. And what we can do is an easy fix for that is just take your blue light and drop it down 20% on your LEDs, and that'll create a much more warmer actor on stage. It'll look closer to those traditional fixtures that you're probably used to. I hope that you guys enjoyed these quick tips. Did you guys already know them? Are there different ones that you would have added? Let me know what your quick tips are in the comments below, and I'll be sure to take a look at those. Let me know other content you guys would like to see on the channel, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.